We are, folks, hour number 2 of Freedom Link Radio. And I'm joined by my brother from another mother, Popeye, from Down the Rabbit Hole and FederalJack.com. Welcome to the show, man.
What's up, Joe?
So how does it feel to do like 5 hours of radio in like the last 6 hours? That's what I want to know. Are you like dead yet?
No, I'm doing all right, man. I'm chugging along. I had about half a pot of coffee, so I should be good to go.
Yeah, you're rolling. You're rolling. That's cool. Hey, we're joined tonight, of course, if anybody that tuned in the first hour, we're joined tonight by Tisha Casida, who is an independent candidate for the 3rd Congressional District of Colorado. And her website, Casida2012.com. Go there, check it out. Subscribe to her Facebook page. Donate if you can. She needs all the help she can get because I guarantee you that she's not getting a lot of money from big business. She's not getting a lot of support from, let's say, Republicans and Democrats. Not there. Nope, not there. So she needs all the help we can get. And Tisha, didn't you tell me before the show, a lot of your support, if not most of it, comes from outside the state?
That's right. We've gained quite a bit of interest for what we're doing with our campaign. We obviously have the interest here, in our own district, but we're getting a lot of traction from some other areas in the country, which is fantastic.
Well, Popeye, I said this is going to be a spitball session, between you, me, and Tisha. So the reason why I want it to be a spitball session is to find out where you stand on some of the latest news, some of the events that have been occurring, and, maybe what's to come. And have you heard about, I'm going to go there, Popeye. Have you heard about the national alert system that's being put in place and tested on the 9th of November?
Just a little bit.
Is it weird to you that there would be a national alert system, and or why would there be a need for something like that?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of alarm that we should all have with several things going on within the country right now. And the key to fixing all of this is decentralizing every system that we have, whether it's our currency, our food supply, our energy supply, our communication mechanisms. Anything that's able to have complete control at the federal level is dangerous. That includes something that is put as something to protect us. Because at the end of the day, anything that has that level of reach or power can be very, very dangerous, in my opinion.
What say you, Popeye, on this subject?
Well, I think it's good that our government's taking away our freedom of speech and protecting us from the evil terrorists like, the Orion Talk Radio network and other truth tellers, people that are willing to talk about stuff. I think it's good that government protects, everybody from, bad terrorists like that because, hey, we can't have free and open thought in this society. We have to have closed-mindedness and collectiveness. That's the only way we're going to be able to make it, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I was drinking the Kool-Aid for a minute, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to put my Kool-Aid down. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back.
Come on, drink the coffee. Coffee, not Kool-Aid. Come on, man.
Yes, it's irritating. I think it's disgusting. I think what's really creepy is the fact that now they're adding cell phones, so they text you, hey, just to let you know, Osama bin Laden's in your closet. News at 11.
Yeah, I think that is scary. But even more so is, all this stuff costs money. Where's it coming from? That's the big thing, Tisha. Here we are in a continual state of debt. Now, I'm going to bring this up to you. Super Congress. What do you think about the Super Congress?
Is that the committee that's making those decisions right now?
Yes. What's your thought on that as far as the ability for it to exist? Because basically what happens is, and this is my understanding of it, is that this Super Congress can put forth recommendations or bills, and then there is no debate. The Senate is not allowed, and the House of Representatives is not allowed to debate these bills. It's strictly an up or down vote. And to me, that seems to be it seems to be extremely toxic, because without that debate, I mean, even as corrupt as Congress is right now and as nasty and just, if you ask me, evil, it doesn't, what good is it if you can't talk about it and you can't debate the issues?
Exactly.
What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement with you. I don't find it surprising. You know, we have a president writing executive orders at an incredible rate that basically give incredible amounts of power to the federal government. And so it's not surprising that something like this is happening. But, you know, I do think that, you know, not only the people, but our representatives should be up in arms about how not transparent any of this is. You know, it's obvious that something is wrong and something's going wrong here, and we should be, you know, screaming in alarm about that. And our media, which you guys are obviously one good component of that, but a lot of this stuff is just, you know, they're supposed to be the fourth check on government, and that's not happening. And that's why, you know, what you guys are doing in any type of local, non-mainstream stuff really has to come to the table, you know, now and forevermore.
I truly believe, and I want to know your take on this, Popeye, that the internet was the biggest mistake that these elitists put into place when they did, because it certainly empowered the people, and now with the free flow of information, it makes it that much harder for them to enact their sick, twisted agenda. What do you think, Popeye?
I agree. The internet was originally put in place to monitor us, keep an eye on us, and track us, and instead, the sheep, the brainless drones that they think we are, actually prove them wrong, and humanity and knowledge and wisdom, at least, you know, when it comes to the electronic realm with the internet, and free flow of ideas came about, and because of it, it got away from them, and their creation became a monster that is being used against them, and they do not like it one little bit. Listen to what Jay Rockefeller said. Remember when he said about a year and a half ago, well, perhaps the internet never should have existed? That tells you he's angry because their little tool got turned around, and the dumb cattle maybe aren't so dumb, huh, Jay? Maybe we're not as stupid as you thought we were, buddy. And that's the problem. They're angry because that's why they're so afraid of us. You know, 10 years ago, they weren't as afraid of us as they are now. You know why they're so afraid of us, Joe? Because they realize that we are waking up. They realize that we outnumber them 100 to 1.
Do you see, Tisha, do you see things changing more on the fast track, or do you think it's going to take a lot more time to enact all of the necessary reforms to be able to get this country on the right track? Or do you see the country just imploding on itself? And you know, because I'll tell you, it's hard not to. It's hard not to at this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it changes on a day-to-day and sometimes hour-to-hour basis, my emotions about our country and where we're going. But I really think that some things will happen faster than others. I really see a surge in people becoming more interested in both the self-survival as well as, you know, things that make themselves and their communities more sustainable. I think that these seeds have been planted, and that's happening at a fairly fast rate. I think that the changes at that federal level where the tentacles are very, very deep, that's going to take, you know, some serious time to change.
Off-topic question real quick. Are you a glass is half full person or a glass is half empty?
Absolutely full all the time.
All right. Stay tuned, folks. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Popeye and Tisha Casida. Don't go away. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Welcome back, folks. Joined by Popeye from Down the Rabbit Hole and FederalJack.com, and my special guest this evening, Tisha Casida, running for the 3rd Congressional District of Colorado. You can sign up for our mailing list simply by clicking the link on the left-hand side of the page here, and actually get up-to-date information on upcoming shows, any new news that may be of interest to you. So click on there, sign up for our mailing list today. Now, Tisha, I know how incredibly difficult it is to be an independent and run against the establishment. So here we have you going up against a Republican, Scott Tipton, who I don't know what his resources are, or I don't really know much about him outside of what I've looked up on GovTrack and his website. But how are you stacking up against your opponents, and how difficult is it? I mean, like, do you have any statistics on how you're faring so far?
We have not done any polling. We've just done, kind of our own market research, and we just got back from a 2-week tour around the district talking to small business owners and, members in the community, which we had wonderful feedback from. And again, we're grabbing people that are either, already registered independents that are excited about having a choice of a representative that's not part of the two-party machine. And then we're also winning people that are disenfranchised from both sides of the aisle, that are very frustrated with their parties, and the fact that, the party line, although it talks a good talk, rarely stands up for what's true, right, and just for the American people. So this is a very different election year. The 2012 will be very different. And as far as resources, we will not get checks from like Monsanto or General Electric. Most likely these guys are not going to be people that put their money behind us. But what we need are large amounts of people giving us small donations. It's a Ron Paul model. And, it's about the movement itself. And, Ron Paul as president is going to need as many liberty-loving representatives in there as we can get at every level of government. So it's important for the liberty community to support candidates that are trying to support someone like that in the executive branch. So, we need, if each of your listeners right now got online and gave $5, it would be, significant. And if we can get, large amounts of people giving small amounts of money, then, we'll stack up just fine against them financially. But beyond that, I truly believe we have good on our side. We have good people. We have, we have motives that are just and righteous. And what we're trying to do is the right thing. So, I think that goes a long ways when it comes to fighting the type of battle that we're fighting.
It sure does. It most certainly does. And I have to be honest with you. In the past couple of years, I've seen more change and more people wake up to what's really going on than I ever have before. But at the same time, I feel like that these elitists and the establishment are doing more blatantly and out in the open than they ever have before. It just seems to me like the gloves are off now. Like they know what's going on. They know that Popeye, the superhero, is here to save the world, and they're going to go and they're going to fight. They're going to fight, and they're in for a hell of a fight, aren't they, Popeye?
Yeah, but I'm definitely not a superhero.
Hey, you're a sailor, man. That makes you a superhero.
I just got a big breath set and a big mouth, that's all. And a lot of information stored into my brain. So.
I'll give you that.
But everybody, I don't want anybody idolizing me. I say that because I don't want people being like, and don't put me up on a pedestal or anything. Not saying you are, but, for the listeners, I wouldn't want anybody to put me up on a pedestal. I'm not anybody special. I'm just a pissed-off citizen who does not like what's going on with his country. I'm a veteran who took an oath to defend